Welcome to Easy English Talks podcast.
Hello, and welcome to this special Slow English podcast from English Podcast. In this video, I have put all of my slow English practice podcasts together in one long video. This is so you can listen wherever and whenever you want without interruptions. You can listen while you are trying to fall asleep at night. You can listen while you get ready for work in the morning. You can also listen while you go for a walk or exercise. It's designed to be your perfect English listening companion. And if you want to challenge yourself, try not to read the subtitles. See how much you can understand just by listening. This is a fantastic way to train your ears. Thank you so much for your support. Please like this video if you find it helpful and follow our channel for more slow English content. Now, relax and enjoy the practice. Part 1. I am very happy you are here to practice English with me today. In this podcast, we are going to talk about a very common topic, my daily routine. A routine is the list of things you do every day. I will speak very slowly and very clearly. My goal is to help you understand. Don't worry if you do not understand every word. Just listen, relax, and try to understand the main ideas. This is a great way to practice your listening skills. Are you ready? Let's begin. My daily routine is very simple. I like simple days. My week starts on Monday and ends on Friday. On these days, my routine is always the same. My morning always starts early. My alarm clock rings at 7 a.m. The sound is not very loud. It is a soft sound. I don't get out of bed immediately. First, I wake up. This means my eyes open and my brain starts to work. I stay in bed for about 5 minutes. I like to stretch my arms and my legs. It feels good to stretch in the morning. Then, at about 7:05 a.m., I get up. To get up means to physically leave the bed. I put on my slippers because the floor is a little cold. The first thing I do after I get up is go to the bathroom. I wash my face with cool water. This helps me to feel more awake. Then I brush my teeth. I always use a mint toothpaste. After the bathroom, I go to the kitchen. The kitchen is my favorite room in the morning because I love coffee. I have a coffee every single day. I have a simple coffee machine. I put water and coffee in the machine and press a button. While the coffee is making, I prepare my breakfast. My breakfast is also very simple. I usually eat breakfast at around 7:30 a.m. I am not very hungry in the morning, so I eat something small. I often have toast with butter and jam. Sometimes I have a bowl of cereal with milk. And of course, I drink my big cup of coffee. I like my coffee with a little bit of milk and no sugar. I sit at my kitchen table and eat my breakfast slowly. I like to look out the window while I eat. I can see the trees in the sky. It is a very quiet and peaceful time. I do not look at my phone. I do not watch TV. It is just me, my breakfast, and my coffee. This is my quiet time before the busy day starts. After breakfast, it is time to get ready for work. I go to my bedroom and I choose my clothes for the day. I work in an office, so I need to wear nice clothes. I usually wear pants and a nice shirt or sometimes a dress. Then I take a quick shower. After my shower, I get dressed and I do my hair. I don't wear a lot of makeup, just a little bit. The whole process of getting ready takes about 30 minutes. Before I leave the house, I always check my bag. I make sure I have my keys, my wallet, and my phone. I also prepare a small lunch to take to work. Usually, it is a sandwich and a piece of fruit, like an apple or a banana. At around 8:30 a.m., I am ready to go to work. I put on my coat and my shoes, say goodbye to my empty apartment, and I leave. I take the bus to work. The bus stop is very near my house. It is only a 2-minute walk. I usually get to the bus stop at 8:35 a.m. The bus comes at 8:40 a.m. I am always on time. The bus ride to my office takes about 20 minutes. During the bus ride, I like to listen to music or a podcast. It makes the time go faster. I arrive at my office building at around 9 a.m. I work on the fifth floor. I take the elevator up to my office that I work as a graphic designer. I work with a small team of people. My colleagues are very friendly. I say good morning to everyone, and then I go to my desk. The first thing I do at work is turn on my computer. Then I check my emails. I usually have 5 or 10 new emails in the morning. I read them and I reply to the important ones. My work is interesting. I design logos, websites, and advertisements for different companies. I use a special computer program to do my work. I like my job because I can be creative at around 11 a.m. My team and I usually have a short meeting. We talk about our projects for the day. We share ideas and help each other. After the meeting, I continue to work on my projects. I listen to music with my headphones while I work. It helps me to focus. At 1 p.m., it is time for lunch. I have lunch with my colleagues in the office kitchen. We sit together and talk. Today I have the sandwich I made at home. It is a cheese and tomato sandwich. I also have an apple. My lunch break is 1 hour long. It is a good time to relax and talk with my friends from work. After lunch, I go back to my desk. The afternoon is usually quieter than the morning. I continue my design work. Sometimes I have another meeting in the afternoon, but not every day. I finish work at 5 p.m. At the end of the day, I tidy up my desk. I put my papers in order and I turn off my computer. I say goodbye to my colleagues and I leave the office. My journey home is similar to my journey to work. I walk to the bus stop and I take the bus home. I usually get home at around 5:45 p.m. When I get home, I am usually a little tired. The first thing I do is change my clothes. I take off my work clothes and I put on something comfortable, like sweatpants and a t-shirt. It feels so good to be in comfortable clothes. Then, for about 30 minutes, I just relax. I sit on my sofa and I do nothing. Sometimes I close my eyes. Sometimes I just look out the window. This is my time to rest after a long day. Around 6:30 p.m., I start to think about dinner. I enjoy cooking. It is a creative and relaxing activity for me. I cook dinner almost every night. I go to the kitchen and I look in my refrigerator to see what food I have. Tonight I have some chicken and some fresh vegetables, broccoli, carrots, and peppers. I decide to cook roasted chicken with vegetables. I wash the vegetables and I chop them into small pieces. I put the chicken and the vegetables in a dish with some olive oil and spices. Then I put it in the oven. While the dinner is cooking, I do some small chores. I might wash the dishes from breakfast, or I might tidy up the living room a little bit. The house fills with a delicious smell from the oven. At around 7:30 p.m., dinner is ready. I put the food on a plate and I sit at my kitchen table to eat. I don't like to eat in front of the television. I like to focus on my food and enjoy the flavors. After dinner, I wash the dishes. I like to have a clean kitchen before I relax for the rest of the evening. The rest of my evening is my free time. I have a few different hobbies that I enjoy. Sometimes I watch TV. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I have 1 or 2 shows that I really like. I like dramas and documentaries. I sit on my comfortable sofa with a blanket and watch one episode. Other times, I read a book. I love reading. It is my favorite hobby. I have a small bookshelf in my living room with many books. Reading a good story is like going on an adventure. It helps me to relax and to forget about any stress from the day. At around 9:30 p.m., I start to get ready for bed. I turn off the TV or I put my book away. I like to have a quiet and calm end to my day. I go to the bathroom and I brush my teeth again. I wash my face. I change into my pajamas. Finally, at around 10 p.m., I go to bed. I get into my bed and I usually read for about 15 more minutes. Reading in bed helps me to feel sleepy. Then I turn off the light. I think about my day for a few minutes. I think about what I need to do tomorrow. Then I close my eyes and I fall asleep. And that is my simple, typical daily routine. It is not very exciting, but it is my life and I like it. It is organized and peaceful. So that was my daily routine. We talked about many common activities, from waking up in the morning to going to bed at night. I hope this slow listening practice was helpful for you. Remember, the more you listen to English, the more you will understand. Consistency is the key. Thank you so much for listening today. Keep practicing. Part 2. In this part, we're going to talk about a very fun and delicious topic, my favorite foods. Food is a wonderful topic because everyone in the world loves to eat. Learning how to talk about food is very useful for daily conversations. You can talk about what you eat, what you like, and what you don't like. As always, I will speak very slowly and very clearly. My goal is to help you understand. Don't worry if you do not understand every single word. Just listen, relax, and try to understand the main ideas. Are you ready to talk about food? Let's begin. In my country, we usually have 3 main meals every day. These meals are breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I will tell you about what I usually eat for each of these meals. Let's start with the first meal of the day, breakfast. Breakfast is the meal we eat in the morning after we wake up. The word breakfast means to break the fast. The fast is the time you are sleeping and not eating. So breakfast is the first food you eat. I think breakfast is a very important meal. It gives you energy for the rest of the day. I always eat breakfast. I never skip it. Breakfast is usually very simple and light. I do not like to eat a very big meal in the morning. For breakfast, I often eat toast. Toast is a slice of bread that is cooked until it is warm and brown. I like to put butter and jam on my toast. My favorite jam is strawberry jam. Sometimes, instead of toast, I have a bowl of cereal with cold milk. Cereal is also very easy and quick to prepare in the morning when I am busy. I also like to eat fruit for breakfast. Fruit is very healthy. I often eat a banana or an apple. A banana is yellow and sweet. An apple can be red or green. They are both very good for you. With my breakfast, I always drink something. I usually have a big cup of coffee with milk. The coffee helps me to wake up and feel ready for the day. I also drink a glass of water. It is important to drink a lot of water. So, a typical breakfast for me is toast, a piece of fruit, and a cup of coffee. It is a simple but satisfying way to start my day. The second meal of the day is lunch. I usually have lunch at around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Lunch is the meal in the middle of the day. For me, lunch is often a bigger meal than breakfast. During the week, from Monday to Friday, I am at work during lunchtime. I usually bring my own lunch to the office. I prepare it at home in the morning. This helps me to save money and to eat healthy food. A typical lunch for me is chicken and rice. I like chicken because it is a good source of protein. I usually cook the chicken with some simple spices. I eat the chicken with brown rice and a big salad. A salad is a mix of fresh vegetables like lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers. I think it is important to eat a lot of vegetables to stay healthy. Sometimes, instead of chicken and rice, I have a big sandwich. My favorite sandwich has turkey, cheese, and a lot of lettuce. I use whole wheat bread for my sandwiches. On the weekend, my lunch is often different. On Saturday or Sunday, I sometimes go to a restaurant for lunch with my family or friends. When I go to a restaurant, I like to try different things. It is a nice treat. With my lunch, I usually just drink water. I try to drink a lot of water throughout the day. It is very good for your body. So that is my lunch. It is usually a healthy and balanced meal to give me energy for the afternoon. The third and final meal of the day is dinner. Dinner is the meal we eat in the evening. I usually have dinner at around 7:30 p.m. For me, dinner is a very important time. It is the time when my whole family sits together at the table. We talk about our day while we eat. I love to cook, so I usually cook dinner for my family. I like to make warm, comforting meals. One of my favorite things to cook for dinner is pasta. Pasta is a very popular food from Italy. There are many different shapes of pasta, like spaghetti or penne. I love to make pasta with a simple tomato sauce and a lot of cheese on top. Everyone in my family loves it. It is a very simple but delicious meal. Another meal I often make for dinner is roasted chicken with vegetables. It is similar to my lunch, but for dinner, I cook a whole chicken in the oven. The chicken becomes very juicy and tasty. I serve it with roasted potatoes and carrots. It is a perfect meal for a cold evening. Sometimes, if I am very tired after a long day, we order food from a restaurant. To order food means you call the restaurant and they bring the food to your house. When we order food, we often get pizza. I think pizza is delicious. My favorite kind of pizza is margherita, which has tomato, mozzarella cheese, and basil. So, dinner is usually a warm, cooked meal. It is a time for my family to come together and share a meal and a conversation. It is a very nice end to the day. Now I want to talk a little more about my favorite foods in general. As I said, my favorite food is probably pasta. I love it because it is so versatile. Versatile means you can use it in many different ways. You can have pasta with tomato sauce, with a cream sauce, with vegetables, or with meat. There are so many possibilities. It is always comforting and delicious. I also really love fruit. It is hard to choose a favorite fruit, but if I have to choose one, I think I would choose strawberries. I love strawberries in the summer. They are sweet, red, and juicy. I like to eat them fresh or with a little bit of cream. For a snack is a small amount of food you eat between meals. My favorite snack is an apple with peanut butter. It is a very simple snack, but it is healthy and it gives me a lot of energy in the afternoon. I also want to talk about drinks. My favorite drink is just plain water. I know it is not very exciting, but I drink it all day. It makes me feel good. But for a special treat, I really love hot chocolate, especially in the winter when it is cold outside. It is fun to think about our favorite foods. Food is not just fuel for our bodies. It is also a source of joy, comfort, and connection with other people. Sharing a meal with people you love is one of the best experiences in life. So that was our podcast about my favorite foods. We talked about the three main meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we learned many common words for food like pasta, chicken, rice, bread, and fruit. I hope this slow listening practice was helpful for you. Remember, the more you listen to English, the more you will understand. The key is to be consistent and to find topics that you enjoy. Now, before we finish, I want to say something very important. I want to say a special thank you to our channel members. If you are a member of Speak Up English, I want you to know that your support is incredibly important to us. Your contribution helps us to create more lessons like this one. It helps us to dedicate more time and resources to making our content better for you and for learners all over the world. You are a key part of our team, and for that, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for listening today. Keep practicing, and I will see you in the next episode of Speak Up English. Goodbye.
Part 3. In this port, we are going to talk about a very personal and important place, my home. Learning how to describe your house or your apartment is a very useful skill. You can learn many new words for everyday objects. You can also practice using prepositions of place. Prepositions are small words like in, on, and under. They tell us where things are. As always, I will speak very slowly and very clearly. My goal is to help you understand. Don't worry if you do not understand every single word. Just listen, relax, and try to understand the main ideas. Are you ready to visit my home? Let's begin. I do not live in a big house. I live in a small apartment. An apartment is a home that is inside a bigger building. My apartment building is on a quiet street in the city. My apartment is not very big, but it is very cozy and comfortable. I have 4 main rooms. I have a living room, a kitchen, 1 bedroom, and 1 bathroom. Today, I will give you a tour of my home. Let's start in the living room. The living room is my favorite room in the apartment. It is the first room you see when you enter. The walls in my living room are white. The white color makes the room feel bright and open. There is a very big window in the living room. I love this window because a lot of natural light comes in during the day. Under the window, there is a long, low table. On the table, I have some plants. I love having plants in my home. They are green and beautiful. The biggest piece of furniture in the living room is the sofa. My sofa is dark blue. It is very soft and comfortable. I love to sit on my sofa in the evening to read a book or watch TV. On the sofa, there are 2 yellow cushions. In front of the sofa, there is a small round coffee table. The table is made of wood. It is not a very big table. I usually put my cup of tea or my book on this table. Sometimes my cat Luna likes to sleep under the table. Next to the sofa, there is a tall lamp. At night, I turn on this lamp. It gives the room a very warm and cozy feeling. Opposite the sofa, against the other wall, is my television. It is a new television. Under the television, there is a small cabinet where I keep my movies and some books. I also have 1 armchair in the living room. An armchair is a big, comfortable chair for 1 person. My armchair is red. It is my special reading chair. Next to the armchair, there is a small bookshelf. The bookshelf is full of my favorite books. The floor of the living room has a beautiful soft rug. The rug is gray and white. It feels very nice on my feet. I really love my living room. It is a very comfortable and peaceful place to relax. Now let's go into the kitchen. The kitchen is next to the living room. My kitchen is not very big, but it is very modern and clean. I love to cook, so I spend a lot of time in my kitchen. The walls in the kitchen are a light yellow color. I think yellow is a very happy and cheerful color for a kitchen. On the left side of the kitchen, there is a long counter. This is where I prepare my food. On the counter, I have a few important things. I have a microwave, a toaster for my breakfast toast, and a coffee machine. My coffee machine is probably the most important thing in my kitchen. Above the counter, there are some cabinets. The cabinets are white. In the cabinets, I keep all of my plates, bowls, and glasses. On the right side of the kitchen, there is the refrigerator and the oven. The refrigerator is big and silver. I keep all my fresh food inside it, like milk, eggs, vegetables, and fruit. On the door of the refrigerator, I have some magnets from places I have traveled to. The oven is next to the refrigerator. I use the oven to bake cakes or to roast chicken. Above the oven, there is a stove with 4 burners. I use the stove to cook pasta or make soup. In the middle of the kitchen, there is a small square table. There are 2 chairs at the table. This is where I eat my breakfast every morning. It is a nice, sunny spot. There is also a window in the kitchen. The window is above the sink. When I am washing the dishes, I can look outside at the trees. It makes doing chores a little more enjoyable. The kitchen is a very important room in my home. It is a place where I can be creative and make delicious food. Okay, now let's go to my bedroom. My bedroom is my private space. It is the place where I sleep and rest. It is very important to me that my bedroom is a calm and peaceful place. The walls in my bedroom are a very light blue color. I find this color very relaxing. The most important piece of furniture in the bedroom is, of course, the bed. I have a large, comfortable bed with a soft mattress. My sheets are white, and I have a big, warm duvet for the cold nights. On my bed, there are 4 pillows. I love pillows. On one side of the bed, there is a small table called a nightstand. On the nightstand, I have a lamp for reading, my alarm clock, and usually a glass of water. On the other side of the bed, there is a big closet. This is where I keep all of my clothes. My clothes are inside the closet. My bedroom also has a large window. I have thick, dark blue curtains on the window. At night, I close the curtains so the room is very dark. This helps me to sleep well. There is also a small desk in the corner of the room. A desk is a special table for working or studying. I have my computer on the desk. I don't like to work in my bedroom very often, but sometimes I use the desk to write emails or pay my bills. The chair for my desk is a simple wooden chair. There is not a lot of furniture in my bedroom. I like to keep it simple and tidy. A tidy room helps me to have a tidy mind. It is my sanctuary. A sanctuary is a safe and peaceful place. The last room in my apartment is the bathroom. The bathroom is small, but it has everything I need. The walls and the floor are covered in white tiles. Tiles are small, flat squares. They are good for a bathroom because they are easy to clean. When you enter the bathroom, the toilet is on the left. Next to the toilet, there is the sink. The sink is where I wash my hands and brush my teeth. Above the sink, there is a large, round mirror. I use the mirror when I am getting ready in the morning. Under the sink, there is a small cabinet. In the cabinet, I keep my towels, my soap, and my shampoo. On the right side of the bathroom, there is the shower. I do not have a bathtub, only a shower. The shower has a glass door. The bathroom is a very functional room. It is not as cozy as my living room or my bedroom, but it is very important. So that is a tour of my small and simple apartment. I have a living room for relaxing, a kitchen for cooking, a bedroom for sleeping, and a bathroom for bathroom things. Even though it is not a big place, it is my home. It is a place where I feel safe, happy, and comfortable. It is my favorite place in the world. So that was our podcast about my home. We talked about many common words for rooms and furniture, and we practiced using prepositions of place. I hope this slow listening practice was helpful for you. Remember, the more you listen to English, the more you will understand. The key is to be consistent. Thank you so much for listening today. Keep practicing. Part 4. In this part, we are going to talk about a very fun and personal topic. My hobbies. What is a hobby? A hobby is an activity that you do in your free time. Your free time is the time when you are not working and not studying. Hobbies are things we do for fun and relaxation. Learning how to talk about your hobbies is very important. It is a common topic in conversations when you meet new people. As always, I will speak very slowly and very clearly. My goal is to help you understand. Don't worry if you do not understand every single word. Just listen, relax, and try to understand the main ideas. Are you ready to talk about hobbies? Let's begin. I have a few different hobbies that I really enjoy. Some of my hobbies are very quiet and relaxing, and some are a little more active. I think it is good to have a balance. Let's start with my favorite indoor hobby. An indoor hobby is something you do inside your house. My number one hobby is reading. I love reading books. For me, reading is a wonderful adventure. When I open a book, I can travel to a different country or a different world, all from my comfortable sofa. I have a small bookshelf in my living room, and it is full of books. I like many different kinds of stories. I like mystery books because they are very exciting. I always want to know what happens next. I also enjoy reading historical novels. I think it is interesting to learn about the past. I try to read every day. Usually, I read for about 30 minutes before I go to sleep. It is a very peaceful way to end my day. It helps my mind to relax. Reading is a quiet hobby, but it is my favorite. Another indoor hobby I have is listening to music. I think music is very powerful. It can make you feel happy when you are sad, or it can help you feel calm when you are stressed. I like many different kinds of music. In the morning, when I am getting ready for my day, I enjoy listening to pop music. Pop music is often very energetic and happy, and it helps me to wake up. In the evening, when I am cooking dinner or just relaxing, I prefer to listen to calm music, like classical music or jazz. This kind of music is very peaceful. I listen to music on my phone with my headphones. I have many playlists for different moods. A playlist is a collection of songs. I have a happy playlist, a calm playlist, and even a playlist for rainy days. Music is a very important part of my life. My third indoor hobby is watching movies. I don't watch movies every day, but I love to watch a good movie on the weekend, especially on a Saturday night. I like to make my living room feel like a real cinema. I make some popcorn, I get a comfortable blanket, and I turn off all the lights. My favorite kinds of movies are comedies and romantic movies. I love comedies because laughing is a wonderful feeling. It is good for you. I also like romantic movies because the stories are often very sweet and hopeful. Sometimes I watch movies with my friends, and sometimes I watch them alone. Both are nice. Watching a movie is a great way to escape from reality for 2 hours and enter a different story. So those are my main indoor hobbies: reading, listening to music, and watching movies. They are all very relaxing activities for me. Now let's talk about my outdoor hobbies. An outdoor hobby is something you do outside, not in your house. I think it is very important to spend time outside and get some fresh air. One of my favorite outdoor hobbies is walking. It is a very simple activity, but it makes me feel very good. I live near a beautiful big park. On the weekend, if the weather is nice, I like to go for a long walk in the park. I put on my comfortable shoes and I just walk. I don't listen to music. I just look at the things around me. I look at the tall trees, the colorful flowers, and the blue sky. I listen to the birds singing. Walking helps me to think clearly. If I have a problem, a long walk often helps me to find a solution. It is also good exercise. It keeps my body healthy. I enjoy walking alone, but it is also nice to go for a walk with a friend or a family member. Now I want to talk about sports. Many people love playing sports as a hobby. I have to be honest. I am not a very sporty person. I don't like playing sports very much. I am not very good at it. For example, I don't like playing tennis because I can never hit the ball. But there is one sport that I enjoy watching. I like watching football. In America, some people call it soccer. On Sundays, my father and my brother often watch a football match on television. Sometimes I watch with them. It is very exciting. The players run very fast, and the fans in the stadium are very passionate. I like the energy of the game, so it is interesting. I don't like playing football, but I like watching it. This is common. Some people love to do an activity, and other people prefer to watch it. So, my main outdoor hobbies are walking and sometimes watching a football match with my family. They are very different from my indoor hobbies, but they are just as important to me. It is also interesting to know about the hobbies of other people. For example, the people in my family have different hobbies. As I said, my father and my brother love sports. That is their main hobby. My mother has a different hobby. She loves gardening. We have a small garden behind our house. My mother spends a lot of time there. She grows beautiful flowers, like roses and tulips. She also grows vegetables, like tomatoes and carrots. She says that working with the earth helps her to feel calm and connected to nature. Her garden is a very beautiful and peaceful place. My best friend Sarah has a very creative hobby. She enjoys painting. She has a special room in her house where she paints beautiful pictures of landscapes and people. I think her paintings are amazing. It is fun to talk to people about their hobbies. It helps you to understand what is important to them and what makes them happy. So let's do a quick review of the important phrases we use today to talk about preferences. To say you like something, you can say, I like reading, I enjoy walking, I love listening to music. Love is very strong. To say you do not like something, you can say, I don't like playing tennis. These simple phrases are the key to talking about your hobbies. You can use them to talk about anything you like or don't like. So that was our podcast about my hobbies. We talked about many common activities and some very useful phrases to express your preferences. I hope this slow listening practice was helpful for you. Remember, the more you listen to English, the more you will understand. The key is to be consistent and to find topics that you enjoy. Now, before we finish, I want to say something very important. I want to say a special thank you to our channel members. If you are a member of Speak Up English, I want you to know that your support is incredibly important to us. Your contribution helps us to create more lessons like this one. It helps us to dedicate more time and resources to making our content better for you and for learners all over the world. You are a key part of our team, and for that, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone for listening today. Keep practicing. Part 5. In this part, we are going to talk about a topic that people in English-speaking countries love to discuss: the weather and the seasons. Talking about the weather is a very common way to start a conversation with someone. This is often called small talk. It is a friendly and polite way to speak with people you don't know very well. As always, I will speak very slowly and very clearly. My goal is to help you understand. Don't worry if you do not understand every single word. Just listen, relax, and try to understand the main ideas. Are you ready to talk about the weather? Let's begin. Let's start by talking about the weather. The weather is the condition of the air outside. Is it sunny? Is it raining? Is it cold? That is the weather. A very common question in English is, what is the weather like today? Let's learn some simple words to answer this question. When the sun is in the sky and there are no clouds, we say it is sunny. I love sunny days. On a sunny day, you can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Everything looks bright and happy. Sometimes the sky is full of clouds. You cannot see the sun. On a day like this, we say it is cloudy. A cloudy day is not always a bad day. Sometimes it is nice and cool, but a very dark and cloudy sky often means that rain is coming. When water falls from the clouds, we say it is rainy. On a rainy day, the streets are wet. You need to use an umbrella to stay dry. I don't mind rainy days when I am at home. I like to listen to the sound of the rain on my window. It is very peaceful. A windy day is when the air is moving very fast. You can feel the wind on your face and see the trees moving. On a very windy day, it can be difficult to walk. You have to hold on to your hat. In some countries in the winter, the weather can be snowy. A snowy day is when soft white snow falls from the sky. Everything becomes white and very beautiful. Children love to play in the snow. Now let's talk about temperature. Temperature tells us if it is hot or cold. When the temperature is very high, we say it is hot. A hot day is typical in the summer. On a hot day, I like to drink cold water and eat ice cream. The opposite of hot is cold. When the temperature is very low, we say it is cold. A cold day is typical in the winter. On a cold day, you need to wear a warm coat, a scarf, and gloves to stay warm. There are also words for the temperatures in the middle. When the temperature is not very hot, but it is pleasant and nice, we say it is warm. And when the temperature is not very cold, but a little chilly, we say it is cool. So we have many words to describe the weather: sunny, cloudy, rainy, windy, snowy, hot, cold, warm, and cool. Now let's talk about the seasons. In many parts of the world, there are 4 seasons in a year. The 4 seasons are spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Each season is about 3 months long, and each season has its own typical weather. Let's start with spring. Spring is the season of new beginnings. It comes after the cold winter. In the northern hemisphere, spring is in March, April, and May. In spring, the weather starts to get warmer. The days become longer, and the nights become shorter. It is often sunny, but it can also be a little rainy. Spring rain is important because it helps the flowers and plants to grow. This is my favorite thing about spring, the flowers. The trees, which were bare in the winter, start to grow new, green leaves. The parks and gardens are full of colorful flowers, like tulips and daffodils. It is a very beautiful time of the year. Many baby animals are also born in the spring. It is a season of life and new energy. After spring, we have summer. Summer is usually the hottest season of the year. In the northern hemisphere, summer is in June, July, and August. The weather in summer is often very hot and sunny. The days are very long, and the sun is very strong. It is important to wear sunscreen to protect your skin. Many people love summer because it is the season for vacations. Schools are often closed, and families go on holiday. Many people go to the beach to swim in the cool ocean. People have picnics in the park and barbecues in their gardens. In the summer, people wear light clothes like t-shirts, shorts, and dresses. And of course, it is the best season for eating ice cream. Summer is a season of fun, sun, and relaxation. After the long, hot days of summer, the next season arrives. This season is called autumn. In American English, people very often call this season fall, so autumn and fall are the same thing. In the northern hemisphere, autumn is in September, October, and November. In autumn, the weather starts to get cooler. It is not as hot as summer. The days start to get shorter again. The weather can be very pleasant in autumn. It is often sunny and cool, which is perfect for walking outside. But it can also be windy and rainy sometimes. The most special thing about autumn is the color of the leaves on the trees. The green leaves from summer change to beautiful colors of red, yellow, orange, and brown. This is why the season is also called fall, because the leaves fall from the trees. Walking in a park in autumn is like walking on a colorful carpet. It is very beautiful. In autumn, people start to wear warmer clothes, like sweaters and light jackets. It is a cozy season. And finally, after autumn, we have winter. Winter is the coldest season of the year. In the Northern Hemisphere, winter is in December, January, and February. The weather in winter is usually very cold. The days are short and the nights are long. In many places, the temperature is very low, and sometimes it is snowy. When it snows, the world becomes white and quiet. It is very beautiful. Children like to build snowmen and go sledding. In winter, people have to wear very warm clothes. They wear heavy coats, hats, scarves, and gloves. People spend more time inside their homes in the winter. It is a good time to do cozy indoor activities. People drink hot chocolate, sit by the fire, and spend time with their families. Many important holidays, like Christmas and New Year's Eve, happen in the winter. Winter can be a long and dark season, but it is also a time for rest, warmth, and family. So those are the 4 seasons: the new life of spring, the hot sun of summer, the beautiful colors of autumn, and the cold snow of winter. Everyone has a favorite season. For me, it is difficult to choose just one. I love the beautiful flowers of spring, and I love the long, warm days of summer. But if I have to choose one, I think my favorite season is autumn. I love autumn because the temperature is perfect. It is not too hot and not too cold. It is cool and fresh. I love wearing a cozy sweater and going for a long walk in the park. The colors of the leaves are my favorite thing to see. The world looks like a beautiful painting. I also love the feeling of autumn. It feels calm and peaceful. It is a good time to stay at home in the evening, read a good book, and drink a warm cup of tea. So for me, autumn is the best season. It is a beautiful and cozy time of year. So that was our podcast about the weather and the seasons. We talked about many common words that you can use to describe the weather and the 4 seasons of the year. I hope this slow listening practice was helpful for you. Remember, talking about the weather is a great way to start a simple conversation in English. Now, before we finish, I want to say something very important. I want to say a special thank you to our channel members. If you are a member of Speak Up English, I want you to know that your support is incredibly important to us. Your contribution helps us to create more lessons like this one. It helps us to dedicate more time and resources to making our content better for you and for learners all over the world. You are a key part of our team, and for that, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for listening today. Keep practicing, and I will see you in the next episode of Speak Up English. Goodbye. Part 6. In this part, we are going to talk about a very important topic: my family. Family is a topic we talk about a lot with friends and new people we meet. Learning how to describe your family is a great way to practice your English. I will speak very slowly and very clearly. My goal is to help you understand. Don't worry if you do not understand every word. Just listen, relax, and try to understand the main ideas. This is a great way to practice your listening skills. Are you ready? Let's begin. I have a happy family. There are 5 people in my immediate family. My immediate family is my parents and my siblings. I have a mother, a father, a brother, and a sister, and me, of course. So 5 people in total. We all live together in a nice house in a quiet town. It is not a big house, but it is very cozy and full of love. I like living with my family. It is nice to have people to talk to in the evening. Let me tell you about my parents. Parents is the word we use for our mother and father together. My mother's name is Sophia. She is very kind and patient. She has long brown hair and warm, friendly eyes. My mother is a teacher at a small school in our town. She teaches young children. She loves her job very much. She says that helping children learn is the best job in the world. My mother is a wonderful cook. Every evening she makes a delicious dinner for our family. My favorite meal that she cooks is lasagna. It is so good in her free time. My mother loves to read books. Our house is full of books because of her. She is a very smart and loving person. My father's name is David. He is tall and has short, dark hair. He wears glasses when he reads. My father is a very funny person. He loves to tell jokes at the dinner table. He always makes us laugh. My father works in an office. He is an accountant. His job has a lot of numbers, and sometimes it is very serious. But he is not a serious person at home. He is very playful. In his free time, my father loves to work in the garden. Our house has a small garden in the back. He grows flowers and vegetables there. In the summer, we eat fresh tomatoes and cucumbers from our own garden. It is wonderful. My father is a very hard-working and funny man. So those are my parents, Sophia and David. I love them both very much. Now, let me tell you about my siblings. Siblings is the word for your brothers and sisters together. I have 2 siblings. I have 1 brother and 1 sister. My brother's name is Tom. He is my older brother. Older means he was born before me. Tom is 24 years old, and I am 21, so he is 3 years older than me. Tom is very different from me. He is very adventurous. He loves sports and being outside. He plays football with his friends every weekend. He is also very good at fixing things. If something is broken in our house, like a chair or a bicycle, my brother can usually fix it. He is very practical. Tom is studying to be an engineer at a university in a nearby city. He doesn't live with us during the week because his university is far away, but he comes home every weekend to visit us. I am always happy when he comes home. We like to watch movies together on Saturday nights. He is a great older brother. He is protective and always gives me good advice. Now for my sister. My sister's name is Lily. She is my younger sister. Younger means she was born after me. Lily is 16 years old. She is still in high school. Lily is very creative and artistic. She loves to draw and paint. Her bedroom walls are covered with her beautiful drawings. She is also very interested in fashion and loves to design her own clothes. Lily is the funniest person in our family after my father. She is very talkative and has a great sense of humor. She makes everyone laugh. She is also very social. She has many friends and loves to hang out with them after school. Because she is the youngest, we sometimes call her the baby of the family, but she is very mature for her age. She is smart and works hard at school. So that is my brother Tom and my sister Lily. We are all very different, but we get along very well. To get along means to have a good, friendly relationship with someone. So, my family is made up of my parents, my mother and father, and my 2 siblings, my brother and sister. We do many things together. Every evening, we try to have dinner together at the kitchen table. This is a very important time for us. We turn off the television and we put away our phones. We just talk. We talk about our day. I talk about my work. My father tells a joke. My mother asks about our lives. My sister tells a funny story about her school. This daily dinner is a very special tradition in our family. It keeps us connected. On weekends, we often do something fun together. Sometimes we go for a walk in the park. Sometimes we go to the cinema to watch a new movie. And sometimes we just stay home and play a board game. Of course, like all families, we sometimes have disagreements. A disagreement is when people have different opinions and maybe argue a little. My sister and I sometimes argue about small things like clothes or the TV remote control, but we never stay angry for long. In our family, it is very important to say "I'm sorry" and to forgive each other. I feel very lucky to have my family. They are supportive. Supportive means they always help and encourage me. When I have a problem, I can always talk to my parents or my siblings. They listen to me and they help me. They are the most important people in my life. My house is not just a building. It is a home because my family is there. And that is the story of my simple, happy family. So that was our podcast about my family. We talked about many common words that you can use to describe your own family. I hope this slow listening practice was helpful for you. Remember, the more you listen to English, the more you will understand. Consistency is the key. Thank you so much for listening today. Useful phrases here are some key phrases and vocabulary from the podcasts that are very useful for everyday conversation. Daily routine. My routine is very simple. My alarm clock rings at ... I get out of bed, I get ready for work. School, I take a quick shower. I get dressed. I have breakfast, lunch, dinner. I go to work by bus. Car, I finish work at tea. I cook dinner. I do some chores. I get ready for bed. I fall asleep. Food. My favorite food is I like, I love, I enjoy. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, I usually have it is a healthy and balanced meal. A typical meal for me is I like to try different things. We order food from a restaurant. My favorite snack is for a special treat. I love home. I live in a small apartment house. It is cozy and comfortable. Let me give you a tour. The biggest piece of furniture is the planet in front of, next to, under, above. My favorite room is it is a very functional room. It is my sanctuary, a safe, peaceful place. Hobbies. My hobby is, in my free time, I enjoy activity. I am not very good at activity. I prefer to watch it, an indoor-outdoor hobby. It helps me to relax. It is a great way to escape. Weather and seasons. What is the weather like today? It is sunny, cloudy, rainy, windy, snowy. It is hot, cold, warm, cool. My favorite season is in spring, summer, autumn, fall, winter, ... The weather starts to get warmer, cooler. It is a cozy, beautiful time of year. Family. There are a number of people in my immediate family. My parents are. My siblings are. My older, younger brother, sister. We get along very well. We have a special tradition. We sometimes have disagreements. My family is very supportive. Summary: this comprehensive listening practice covers 6 fundamental topics for English learners: daily routine, favorite foods, home, hobbies, weather, and seasons, and family. The narrator, Clara, describes her life in slow, clear, and simple English. She takes you through a typical day from morning to night, explains what she likes to eat for each meal, gives a detailed tour of her apartment, shares her favorite indoor and outdoor activities, discusses the characteristics of each season, and introduces all the members of her family. The main goal is to provide extensive listening practice with common, everyday vocabulary and simple sentence structures. Key themes throughout the podcasts include the importance of routine, healthy habits, cozy and comfortable living, relaxation, family connection, and finding joy in simple things. The consistent, slow pace is designed to build listener confidence and comprehension.